All right, so we are here to talk about 10 ways to double your sales in 90 days. And there is an actual formula to this that we're going to calculate. I'm going to give you our exact numbers and show you literally how you can apply this to your business. So number one, there are a series of variables, levers that you can crank that will double your sales in 90 days. So the first thing you want to double is the amount of traffic your website gets. That is variable number one. And we're going to work through, we're going to put you in breakouts and we're going to work through the numbers, but I'm going to show you ours. So in the last 30 days, now we have our main corporate website, marketdominationllc.com. And then we have individual marketing funnels for specific products and services. So in our case, these numbers are from our main corporate website that we honestly don't drive any paid traffic to. We drive all of the paid traffic to our online lead generation funnels, but not everyone has a funnel. A lot of businesses have the branded corporate website that looks like an online brochure. So in the last 21 days, 111 organic visitors went to our website. Now, 30 of them became a lead. And what I mean by a lead is they filled out a form, an opt-in form, where they gave us their name, their email, their cell phone number, and they answered some questions about what marketing they were interested in. So if I divide the amount of traffic by the amount of leads, if I divide the amount of leads by the amount of traffic, we have a 27% conversion rate on our website from visitors to leads. People who are willing to, bless you, Courtney, part with that contact information. Does that make sense? Nod your head if that makes sense. All right, people are not, Scott's nodding. I can't see everybody. Dan's nodding. Awesome. Okay, so we can double the amount of traffic our website gets. We can double our conversion rate, the amount of traffic that turns into a lead. And then we sell via appointment on our main website, which means they have to talk to somebody to find out what they have or what they need in order for us to make a proposal to them. So 27% of our traffic turns into a lead. And then of those 30 leads this month, 20 of them booked appointments. So there's some drop off every step through the process. So 27% of our traffic became leads, 66% of our leads booked appointments. Are you with me so far? Courtney, nod your head. Awesome. He is with me so far. Then we can double our conversion rate. So how many of those lead appointments actually buy? So in our case, we had 20 appointments, 10 of them hired us, 50%. Now, the reason why 50% of them didn't, some of that is we reject about half of those people. They're not a good fit for us. And then the other half the reasoning they give is they don't have the budget to invest in the marketing that we proposed, even though we did ask them what their budget was before we had that conversation. So let's test how each lever moves that formula, and then we'll apply it to you. So if I double the traffic, if I go from 111 hits to the website to 222, and every other number stays the same, I will then have 59 leads, 35 appointments, and make 17 sales. The 10 sales I made were for $20,391. If I double the traffic, but everything else stays the same, I will get $34,663 in sales, or a 69% increase. Does that make sense? Melon is nodding. Awesome. Okay, so what if now I double the number of traffic, and I double the number of people who become leads, who fill out the opt-in form? So now I have 222 hits to the website. I've doubled my opt-in rate, so I've got 119 leads. Everything else stays the same, which means I will have 71 appointments, 35 sales, and I will sell $71,365 worth of our services, which is a 249% increase. If I double the number of leads, it turns into appointments. I didn't exactly double it because then it would be more. I would run out of hours in a day, but 222 hits to the website, 119 leads, 100 appointments would equal 50 sales, $101,950, or a 399% increase.
Joe has a question in chat.
Question in chat. How do you double the traffic to the website? We're going to get there. Thank you, Mr. Bruce, for monitoring that. And then if I double my sales rate, my conversion rate, instead of 50 sales, now I've got 75. Instead of the $20,391 in sales I got, I now have $152,925 in sales, which is a 649% increase. So by turning each lever, traffic to the website, how many traffic visitors turn into leads, how many leads turn into appointments, and how many appointments turn into sales, I can do way more. It compounds. If I just double each number, my results don't double. They go up by 649% instead. So how do you double traffic to the website? Well, Joe, let's take a look at yours. We're here to work together. Can you put your website in the chat box? Are you willing to share your website and we'll take a look? And everyone will learn from that process. OATI1.com. Hang on one second. All right, Joe, let me make sure this is you. Am I on the right website? Leading Denver IT support and managed service provider. Yep. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's take a look and everyone will benefit from this. We'll all learn together. The first thing I notice above is that Joe and probably a lot of other people are missing. There are no retargeting pixels on this website. A retargeting web pixel allows you to know who was on your website and follow them around the internet. So if any of you have ever bought or looked at anything on Amazon, let's say you looked at something on Amazon, you didn't buy it, and then you went to another website like CNN.com or ESPN, and magically there was an ad for what you just looked at. Not if you have experienced this. Yes, okay, that's called retargeting. Or as Bruce affectionately refers to it, cyber stalking. It's the only form of stalking you're allowed to do. So without retargeting pixels, I can't follow you around the internet. So let's say I go to Joe's website, but I don't fill out his contact us form. Then he does not know I was there. And if he paid money to drive me to his website, then he wasted it because I went away. So that would be like if I ran a newspaper ad to my retail. So my in-laws own a health food store. So if they ran a newspaper ad saying, come on in, here's a coupon, and people came into the store, didn't buy anything and left. That's without retargeting in a retail environment. My in-laws would need to say, wait, before you go, would you like to sign up for our VIP list to get special discounts? Just fill out this form, name, email, and cell phone, or text in, and you immediately get 15% off your first order. Then they can drip on those people forever because the money is in the list. The fortune is in the follow-up. The average salesperson, professional salesperson, 40% of them give up after the first attempt. But the average sale is made after the 12th contact. So most of us are leaving a lot of money on the table by not being relentless in our follow-up. So, all right. So Joe, how are you driving traffic to this website right now? The other thing we're missing besides retargeting pixels is there is no offer. So there is no video above the fold. What we have found works better before you have to hit page down is having a sizzle reel video right here and an opt-in form with an offer on it. So the opt-in form in Joe's case might be a cybersecurity audit. I'm making this up, Joe. I don't know if it's right, but having on a message on the website that speaks to the visitor about what their problem or need is critical, says Scott Hartley. Yes, Scott is absolutely. Otherwise, we're turning off people who do visit the website. Yes, Scott, you are absolutely correct. Joe says we work with an SEO. Okay, so I'm assuming that means like an SEO firm that is helping your website rank higher. So I don't know what keywords they are searching for to find you, but the first thing I would do, so before we double the traffic to the website, let's do another part of the formula and double the number of leads that the website generates. And the way we do that right now the lead capture mechanism you've got is a contact us form at the bottom. So we want to replace that with a compelling offer, whether that is a cybersecurity audit, whether that is a free ebook, the five biggest mistakes Denver, whatever your target market is, make with their cybersecurity and how to overcome them, how to tell if you've overgrown your IT provider, because these are not buttons. I can't click them. So Joe, who is your ideal customer? Joe says correct. Awesome. Okay, so Joe, who's your ideal customer? And you can unmute yourself if you'd be faster to talk than type. And this applies no matter what business you're in or what website you've got.
We work with engineers, architects, and construction.
Awesome. Okay. So engineers, architects, and construction. For the purposes of this exercise, and you can change it later, but can we pick one?
Architects.
Okay.
I was going to say pick architects because then we can quote design something for them.
Yes, we are big fans of puns and alliteration. Okay. So if his ideal client is an architecture firm, is the architect searching right now on Google for SEO solutions? I mean, for cybersecurity issues? I don't know. I haven't done the research to find out what people are searching for in Denver. That is all you can do that through the Google keyword tool because privacy is dead. But my question would be, how do let's drive more architects. So could we either buy or have a intern create a list of Denver area architecture firms? I know I spelled it wrong. Denver architecture firms. So here I've got architects in Denver, top 75 architecture firms. Perfect. So I could go build a list of they've already made it for me. I got websites. From websites, I could get phone numbers. I could also do this via LinkedIn and Sales. These are the free version of Sales Navigator. So if I've got a wish list of the top 75 architecture firms in Denver, if it were up to me, I would put a separate page on my website, od1.com/architect, and have a lead magnet, a ebook or something easily digestible for architects specifically, where they register on that page to get the ebook for architects, and they fill out the form and become a lead, and they go through an automated drip sequence like ours to turn them into an appointment that you can make a proposal to. Story branding your site is a good solution. Yes, good suggestion, Dan.
And we do have it set up where we are in a marketing drip through a backtracking that we have on our website as well.
Awesome. How do I get on that drip? Because right now, the only thing I see is the contact us form.
So as of right now, I am manually inputting them as I'm making my cold calls, making my contacts, making my touches. Okay.
So I would say, well, one, you shouldn't have to cold call. So we need to have a separate conversation about getting you out of that pain. The other one of the ways that would work better than cold calling is if we do a I don't know who that is. We'll have to figure that out. One of the best ways to avoid cold calling and get people to respond to you, you're selling business to business. I would use LinkedIn. You can build an automation sequence in LinkedIn. It'll drip on the architects for you until they're ready to take the next step. But let's go find. I'm going to go, who is the person? Okay, so let's go find industry, architecture, in planning. All right, I'm in geography is Denver. I'll do the Denver metropolitan area. Does the person that brings you in, do they have a job title that would let you know that they're a prospect for you?
Not in particular, no. I mean, we work with CTOs, CEOs, COOs. I mean, I can work from business to directors. So really it depends on who's ever managing the IT in that department or in that industry or end client. It changes from client to client.
It changes from client to client. Okay, so let's try a different way then. Let's do seniority level. Let's do someone in senior leadership. And I have 3,500 senior leaders in the architecture industry in Denver. So you can, if you have one LinkedIn account and you're following the rules, you can connect with 100 people a week, but you can message more than that. So I would say this may be the list that you want to start driving their traffic to a specific architecture offer. How much is the average architecture firm worth to you in terms of revenue?
A lot of it depends on the size. What we usually tend to figure it is about 120 per end user. So if they have 10 people, you're looking at, a little over 1,000.
Is that $1,000 a month?
Yep, per month.
Okay,
Yep.
so $12,000 a year. That's a good transaction value.
Right.
If you have 3,500 in your marketplace, even a 10% penetration rate gets you a couple million bucks in business. I would start there. I would start by the issue with SEO, search engine optimization, is it isn't infinitely scalable, right? So if we have for an example, a client who is a chiropractor who is looking for plantar fasciitis patients. And he is #1 on Google for all, he is #1 or on the first page for all 10 of his keywords. So he was thrilled going, I've never been on page 1 before. And we built a whole separate site just for plantar fasciitis people and got it ranked in the top few listings on Google for every single keyword. And he was ecstatic going, I've never, ever ranked this high before. This is awesome. But we're canceling that service. The problem is there aren't enough people in where he is searching for plantar fasciitis every day. So there may be only a total of 300 searches in a month. And even on the top ranking, on the top of page 1, it's not enough business to justify it. So the problem with SEO is I can't make more people search. And I can't, if let's say I'm on page 1 and I'm getting X amount of results, I can't make if I'm #1 on Google, I can't make myself go #1 plus and instantly get more results. So SEO works great. I'm all for it. However, paid traffic or traffic that you drive and control is more scalable. Like, for example, if I was dripping on these 3,500 architects once a week and getting result A, well, if I upped it and dripped on them twice a week, it stands to reason it might not exactly double, but it would definitely be more than dripping on them once. So through more manual labor or through cranking up the automation software that you would use on LinkedIn, I can increase the traffic to my website. Does that make sense? Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do next, make sure you've written down the formula because you're going to go into breakouts and you're going to work on it. So how much traffic? We'll do this online, or if you know in your retail store, if you're in a physical location, how much traffic comes into your store in the average of 30 days? Or to your website, you can go on Google Analytics and look at the numbers right now. So how much traffic hits your website? How many people become leads, give you their contact information? Traffic, leads, appointments, conversions, and how much do they generate in sales? So if Joe's average architect pays him $12,000 a year, how many architects has he sold so far in the month of January? He can work backwards. How many appointments did he have? How many proposals did he give? How many leads did he have to get that many appointments? And then how many people hit the site or did he target? So if it isn't traffic to your website, then it's just how many people you approached. So that could be how many cold calls did you make? The formula applies whether it's hit to a website, whether it's cold calls, whether it is direct mail that you send out, whether it's cold email outreach. So you're going to talk to your breakout group members about what your numbers are that you can find. And then we'll talk about how to make them all. We'll give more examples about how to make them all better. So hang on one second. Let me make some breakout rooms. I'm assigning breakout rooms. Give me a minute. If you have questions, you can ask them while you can unmute and ask while I make breakout rooms.
Hi, quick question. So the Google Analytics is something that's going, do you already have to have it running to have known that?
Yes,
yeah.
it's free. You would need to install the code on your website, and then Google can track all your numbers for you.
Okay, so if you already have to have it running. Okay.
Yes, you would not be able to check it right now if that code is not on your website yet.
Got it. Thank you.
Good question. Thank you. I don't want to assume anything. That is an excellent point. Hang on, I'm still assigning breakout rooms. Okay, please go accept your breakout room invite. I will then message you through the breakout rooms of how much time we're going to spend on and when to switch people, because there should be 3 or 4 people in your breakout.